Hi, this is Sarah McClellan with Pixels and Pills, and we are at the multi-channel Pharma Marketing event here in Princeton, New Jersey. I'm standing here with Bill Trombetta, who is a professor of pharmaceutical marketing at St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia. He is also the chairperson for the event today. Bill, can you tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to be involved with the event we're at?
Yes. First, I just want you to know that this lady is not taller than I am. She's standing on a box. Okay, because I tower over her. I am a professor of marketing, and also I am an attorney. I've got a PhD in marketing. So I started out in marketing, but when I switched over to law, I got involved with regulatory issues involving doctors and deceptive practices and antitrust issues. Did that for about 6 or 7 years as a regulator, and then switched into private practice, and that was not the happiest 3 years of my life. Let's just say I didn't make partner, and I figured let me go back and do what I always enjoyed doing, which was teaching. So when I got back into marketing, I just stumbled into the area of healthcare, pharmaceuticals, and medical devices. So that's how I wound up where I am today.
And how do you find that marketing is helping people avoid sort of legal disputes when it comes to pharmaceuticals and that industry? Do you feel like it's growing and really helping people steer clear of that sort of thing?
Yeah, that's a great question. In fact, it's a double-edged sword. Certainly marketing can get you in trouble, and we see that with aggressive marketing, people going over the top. We saw it with the opioid class action lawsuits, and we see it with things where now DTC advertising and some of the things going on are frowned upon. But turn it around and think about how can I use marketing to minimize those vulnerabilities. So my first concern would be consumer-oriented. And consumers don't care about sales pitches or samples. They care about health outcomes. So increasingly, it's going to be much more important to prove and show that what you've done as a company has benefited somebody. Yeah, you're increasing market share, profits going up, sales are going up. That's great. But I would keep that to fine print. And I would stress trying to help patients out, help doctors out. Who's in trouble? How can I help those folks? And oh, by the way, if you happen to buy my drug or device, well, that would be fine.
So do you feel like your students at the university are really catching on to this whole idea of how marketing and social media is changing this industry?
My students in my classes sleep through most of the classes, so I'm not sure if I'm connecting with those guys. But I do a lot of talks, and when I go out on the road and I write a lot of articles, yeah, I think the message is getting through. I think companies are now starting to realize, especially with this powerful incentive called ACOs, which stands for Accountable Care Organizations, and medical homes. And the whole thrust there is to focus on an episode of care and do the best that you can to come in with a quality outcome at a good price. And that's where we're going. So it seems like the industry is definitely getting the message, and hopefully my students are as well.
Well, that's fantastic. Lastly, is there anyone during this conference you're really looking forward to hearing speak, hearing any sort of innovations or things that they're talking about?
Taking a look at the list, I think they're all going to be great speakers, and I was just blown away by the first speaker, David Stern, in his keynote, because he touched on all the buttons, set a great scenario that'll carry us through for the next 2 days. So I'm looking forward to the same kind of caliber on the next day and a half.
Well, thank you so much, Bill, for speaking to us today. This is Sarah McClellan with Pixels and Pills, signing out.